Imagine a world where everything moves in slow motion. Now, picture that this isn't just a movie effect, but reality for some animals. Welcome to the fascinating realm of time perception, where the ticking of the clock isn't as universal as you might think. In our fast-paced human world, time often seems to fly by. But for many animals, especially the small and speedy ones, time crawls at a snail's pace. Recent research has revealed that creatures like dragonflies can perceive changes in their environment up to 300 times per second, while humans lag behind at a mere 65 times per second. This means that what we see as a quick movement might appear as a slow-motion sequence to these lightning-fast perceivers. But why does this happen? And what does it mean for the way different animals experience and interact with their world? In this video, we'll dive into the science behind time perception across species, exploring how factors like size, metabolism, and lifestyle influence an animal's experience of time. We'll uncover surprising insights about how flies dodge hands, why some predators become temporarily blind while chasing prey, and how this knowledge could even impact our understanding of human cognition and behavior. Get ready to challenge your perception of reality as we explore the mind-bending world of animal time perception. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a buzzing fly or a basking lizard the same way again. The flicker fusion test is a fundamental method used to measure time perception in both humans and animals. This test determines the flicker fusion threshold, also known as the critical flicker frequency, CFF, which is the frequency at which a flickering light appears steady to an observer. The test typically involves presenting a subject with a light source that alternates between on and off states at varying frequencies. As the frequency increases, there comes a point where the subject perceives the flickering light as a continuous, steady illumination. The flicker fusion threshold is influenced by several factors, including the intensity of the light, its wavelength, the position on the retina where the stimulation occurs, and the observer's state of light adaptation. Interestingly, this threshold isn't a fixed value but rather a statistical measure, typically defined as the frequency at which flicker is detected in 50% of trials. When it comes to how the brain processes temporal information, research has revealed a complex network of neural structures involved. The perception of time, particularly in the seconds to minutes range, engages multiple brain regions. These include the supplementary motor area, SMA, presupplementary motor area, pre-SMA, cerebellum, and basal ganglia. For processing both short, less than 500 milliseconds, and longer durations, greater than 1,500 milliseconds, additional areas such as the insula, precentral and cingulate gyri, and superior temporal gyrus are also activated. The cerebellum, traditionally associated with motor control, has been found to play a crucial role in temporal information processing across various timescales. Recent research suggests that the cerebellum is involved not only in sub-second timing but also in processing longer time intervals associated with cognitive processes like decision-making. This expanded understanding of cerebellar function highlights its importance in our ability to perceive and process time across different durations. The brain's temporal processing capabilities are closely tied to its information processing mechanisms. Neural circuits encode stimulus information using patterns of spikes arranged in specific time bins, a concept known as Shannon information. This encoding inherently incorporates a temporal dimension, suggesting that time is an integral part of how our brains process and represent information about the world around us. Dragonflies are the undisputed champions of time perception in the animal kingdom. These agile insects can process visual information at an astounding rate of up to 300 flashes per second. This extraordinary ability allows them to perceive the world in what we would consider extreme slow motion, enabling their incredible aerial maneuvers and making them highly effective predators. In comparison to dragonflies, humans perceive time at a much slower rate. Our flicker fusion threshold is around 65 Hz, meaning we can process about 65 flashes per second. This rate allows us to see smooth motion in movies and on digital screens, but it also means we miss many rapid changes in our environment that faster perceiving animals can detect. At the other end of the spectrum, we find animals like starfish. These marine creatures have an incredibly slow perception of time, processing visual information at less than 1 flash per second. This sluggish time perception aligns with their slow-moving lifestyle and low metabolic rate, demonstrating how time perception can be adapted to an animal's ecological niche and survival needs. Generally, smaller animals perceive time more slowly than larger ones. This is closely linked to their metabolic rates. Smaller creatures like flies and hummingbirds have faster metabolisms, which correlates with quicker neural processing. As a result, they experience the world as if it's moving in slow motion compared to larger animals. This allows them to react more quickly to changes in their environment, which is crucial for their survival. Animals that move quickly, especially flying creatures, tend to have faster time perception. This adaptation allows them to navigate their environment effectively at high speeds. For instance, birds of prey like falcons have remarkably fast visual processing, enabling them to track and catch agile prey. Similarly, bats use rapid echolocation processing to navigate and hunt in the dark, demonstrating how movement speed and lifestyle influence time perception. Fast time perception often serves as a critical survival mechanism in predator-prey relationships. Prey animals with quicker perception can detect and react to predator movements more rapidly, increasing their chances of escape. Conversely, predators with fast time perception can better track and anticipate the movements of their prey. This evolutionary arms race has led to the development of impressive perceptual abilities in many species, highlighting how the need to survive drives the evolution of time perception. Recent studies on mice have shed light on how dopamine influences our perception of time. Researchers found that stimulating dopamine neurons in the substantia nigra pars compacta altered the mice's time perception. Specifically, increasing dopamine activity slowed down the animal's internal clock, causing them to underestimate time intervals. This finding provides a potential explanation for why time seems to pass more quickly when we're engaged in enjoyable activities, which typically involve increased dopamine release. The study also demonstrated that manipulating dopamine levels could make mice behave as if time was moving faster or slower, highlighting the neurotransmitter's crucial role in temporal cognition. Human time perception is significantly influenced by cognitive processes such as attention, memory, and emotions. When we pay more attention to time, intervals are judged to be longer. Memory load also affects our temporal judgments, with a higher load of experiences leading to longer perceived durations. Emotions play a crucial role too. Pleasant activities make time seem to speed up, while boredom makes it drag. Recent studies have shown that dopamine levels can alter our internal clock, potentially explaining why time seems to pass more quickly during enjoyable activities. Time perception varies significantly across cultures, particularly between Western and Eastern societies. Western cultures typically adhere to clock time, where activities are governed by precise timepieces. In contrast, many Eastern cultures operate on event time, where activities begin and end based on social consensus rather than strict schedules. This fundamental difference affects punctuality expectations and the overall pace of life. Additionally, Western cultures often view time linearly, moving from past to future, while some Eastern cultures have cyclical time concepts, emphasizing repetition and reoccurrence of events. These cultural differences in time perception can lead to misunderstandings in cross-cultural interactions, especially in formal settings like business meetings. Research on time perception across species provides valuable insights into animal behavior and ecology. By understanding how different animals perceive time, we can better interpret their reactions to environmental stimuli and predict their behaviors. For instance, knowing that dragonflies perceive time much faster than humans explains their exceptional aerial maneuvers and hunting abilities. This knowledge can inform conservation efforts, helping us design more effective strategies to protect species by considering their unique temporal experiences of their environments. The study of time perception in animals, particularly the role of dopamine, offers potential applications in treating human attention disorders. Research on mice has shown that manipulating dopamine levels can alter time perception. This insight could lead to new approaches in treating conditions like ADHD, where time perception is often impaired. By understanding the neurological basis of temporal cognition, researchers may develop targeted therapies that modulate dopamine activity to improve attention and time management skills in individuals with these disorders. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of time perception, from the slow-motion vision of dragonflies to the dopamine-influenced flow of human experience. Exploring how animals perceive time differently reveals remarkable adaptations driven by size, speed, and survival. Understanding these differences deepens our appreciation for the diversity of sensory experiences across the animal kingdom. Now, we invite you to consider how your own perception of time shapes your daily life, your memories, and your interactions with the world. How does your culture, your emotions, or even your coffee intake affect your experience of time? Reflecting on these questions can offer new insights into the way you live and perceive the world around you.